We got in-studio guests here. And,
We do.
I think it's right up our alley.
Chris Clifford, partner, Cast Capital Partners. He is in to talk about a difference that is taking place as far as destination for visitors. It's not just give me a good hotel room. It's a hell of a lot more than that. Welcome, sir.
So
Thank you.
You guys are in the commercial real estate space.
Yeah.
I always said to myself, if I were working for a living, I would be a commercial real estate guy, because all of my closest friends are in commercial real estate, and they are all killing it, every one of them, including our friend Chris here. So, but honestly, it's and it's one of those businesses where you had to pay your dues, making almost nothing. And when I'm not kidding about this. Stockbrokers are sort of the same, investment professionals the same, but not like commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is literally like the medieval times caste system, where you are cleaning the slop. No, you start out at cleaning the slop out of the buckets, and you're there from 6 a.m. until 12 midnight, and you're working Saturdays. I think you were probably making close to what, $15,000 a year doing that, and no commissions at this.
The first year, yeah, I think it was less.
No, I'm not kidding. No, because it is one of those things.
Wow.
Now, luckily, it doesn't last forever.
No.
But it definitely lasts a year or so.
Yep.
And you got to survive. It's almost like breaking into Hollywood. Then you start partnering with guys that have a little bit of experience, and then you start, as you prove your worth. And tell me if I'm wrong here.
No, you're right. No.
And then all of a sudden you hit a home run.
Yeah.
And when you hit a good home run, and it may be your first $25,000 you've ever seen, or your first $1 million you've ever seen. I mean, it really is a big chunk of change, because after making nothing and eating top ramen and living in a two-bedroom with the other guy that's working there with you. No, do I know this intimately?
No,
or what?
You're right.
You guys brothers or something?
No, but
come on.
But the reason I say that, though, is because I'm so impressed with you guys because of the stick-to-itiveness. Because you have to be diligent, and you have to just suffer through. And I would say, to the man, every guy that I went to college with that was in my posse, I'm going to say 60% of them are commercial real estate guys, and every one of them successful. Now, there's guys like Dennis Cruzon we've had on the show, who's a close friend, who's like owns 200,000 square feet in San Diego and LA, and that's a different story. There's guys here, but don't you think that it's one of those deals where I think that every young person, just like, I would give you two choices. You got to join the military, or you're going to be a commercial real estate broker for 2 years before you start your career. It really teaches you how to work, didn't it?
It did. It did. There's a lot that went into it, and I mean, I've even got amazing stories that even my brother-in-law, who has recently gone into a 40,000 square foot facility, that while we were working through it, he had never used a broker. He'd never had somebody work for him. I made him lawyer up. I made him do all this stuff.
You're talking about tenant rep broker?
Yeah. It was a tenant rep deal that I just was helping him through. And by the time it was done, even the landlord was exhausted, because he even said, he goes, "Oh my God, I never want to do a deal with that guy ever again," meaning me.
Because you know what you're doing.
I was going through everything, and it was just, he goes, "I was just exhausting." I was just exhausting.
My daughter.
When you first start, you have no clue what you're doing, and it could be a total disaster, but you prove up what you know.
Well, and also it's a work ethic, and I think that's the only way to learn that business, because there's so many nuances to it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at it. You're talking about commercial real estate versus consumer, I should say. Imagine being my tenant rep guy, saying this is what he wants to do. Right?
Yeah.
And I want X amount of dollars in tenant improvements.
Yep.
I want air conditioning on every top here.
Yep.
And what you learn as a tenant, and you should learn as a tenant, what many people just roll their eyes back, is what you guys know on the rep side and the other guys know on the tenant side, is that all of this stuff is built in to a model that is actually a manipulation on both sides for good.
Yep.
It's a win-win. My daughter the other day was talking. The only reason this is on the tip of my tongue, is my daughter wants to open up a physical therapy facility and talking about renting space. And I went through this whole thing. Well, what if I want air conditioning? Like the whole thing. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Some of my close friends I mentioned were literally the inventors of creative office space, which is what you're talking about when you're talking about destination commercial space and destination retail space, right? Talk about what that is. There's a big paradigm shift here going on, especially post-COVID with respect to commercial real estate.
I think even more so, people don't, in the past, it was retail, especially in Las Vegas, off strip. Is that you go to a 75,000 square foot grocery store, and you go grocery shopping, and then the only other reason you go there is maybe you go to the out parcel to go to McDonald's.
But now there's a band and a guy doing barbecue out front, right?
or to go to Supercuts or something like that. And now after COVID, especially post-COVID, people actually want to go lounge, hang out at these
So
facilities.
destination space.
They want a destination. We call it the communal interaction district, the area that people are hanging out at. And it used to be, what's the return on investment on that one? And people would be like, well, I'm not going to do that. There's no return on investment. But there is a return on investment, because now if I get you to sit at my project for the next 12 hours, you've probably gone and exercised. You've gone to Barista Botanist, had a coffee.
I was going to say.
And then after that, you never know, you might end up over at our house and go pick out a lamp, which is actually happening right here locally at the Beacon.
Well,
Oh, right.
and also University Town Center, UTC.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, it's turned into I was walking through UTC the other day, and I thought to myself, it's got a $5 million restaurant in Javier's.
Yeah.
It's got two other $4 million restaurants that are going in there.
Yep.
It's got every high.
Typhoon.
Then it's got, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That's a $10 million one. But the bottom line is, people are hanging out there.
Yep.
If you go there.
Yeah.
I mean, I
then
think.
opposed to this one in Carlsbad, this mall that's just
The Beacon.
dead. I mean, every time. No,
Oh,
I'm sorry. No,
yes,
the one on the
Carlsbad
78.
Mall. Yep.
Oh, the old.
And I keep walking there. I have to get a few things, but it's dead. Nobody's there.
Well, it
So
used to
what are
be-
they going to do?
But it used to be one of those malls like you'd see the indoor malls, and I think it's gone through. It's gone through.
Nobody wants to go
iterations.
indoors.
But
Nobody wants to sit
what do they
inside.
Not in
scrape
San
that?
Diego, right?
The light is
So it's
horrible.
So to Mary's point, do they scrape it and start over again?
I actually know a little bit about what's going on over there.
Of course,
Inside info.
of course you do.
It's going to go through a transformation. You're kind of stuck with that retail because you're never going to end up ripping the roof off. It's just going to get too expensive, and you're never going to be able to do that. But what you can do is you can activate the parking. And let's just say eventually.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Eventually, that's going to get fully activated.
Okay.
In fact, I can tell you right now, it's probably being worked on right this very
Probably.
second.
Hey, can I ask you? Are there brands across the country that are expanding into other areas? Because let's just use San Diego, because this is where we broadcast from, and then Las Vegas. Are people expanding specifically to Vegas, specifically to Dallas, specifically to New York?
We just did it with Roberto's. I mean, we just took Roberto's from.
Stop it.
We just closed last week.
You
on
have a
the first
Roberto's in
unit.
Vegas now?
First off, we have 45, but
Wow.
we are now officially going to Provo. So
Seriously?
the first
Is
one,
that legal?
We're going to be right next to BYU Stadium. We have a new unit that'll be open
This
up
is
in about 3 to
genius.
4 months.
Tell me
But Roberto's
you've
is
got
going
the
to
East
Salt Lake.
Coast in mind as well. I swear, because you
'Cause
go
you can't-
East Coast.
They're already doing some amazing stuff out
They
there.
need a Roberto's in
They need
Nashville.
a Roberto's, though. I swear
Right,
to
guys?
God.
Look, the people who own it are good friends, great friends. I've been doing deals with them for 15 years, and he's actually all about his people. You can never have a Roberto's franchise unless you've actually sat there and fried the fries there.
Here's a company, when I remember when Roberto's came out in San Diego when we were in college, and this one guy.
I was in grade school, but
Yeah,
go
you were
ahead.
great. So hiding cash in the house because he didn't want to put it to the bank. He didn't know it. I mean, it was literally, this is one of those sticks and bricks from the very, using his mother's recipes all the way now, how many locations in franchising. Two things before I let you go here. I want to have you back for sure.
My God,
I want to
yes.
know, so what are you guys focusing on here at Cass Capital? Are you?
Cass Capital is a brokerage. So we've put together an amazing team in San Diego and in Las Vegas. So we do tenant rep, landlord rep, and then we're kind of, we are what commercial brokerages kind of started out at 40 years ago. We're gunslingers. So we're doing our own developments as well. And that's kind of what the Cliff has become, is that we go in there, we find amazing projects, and we're building them out and creating something new that was old.
What's the future of brick and mortar right now? What do you think is going to happen?
For retail, it's going to be, more or less, it's a destination. And that's what really the Cliff is all about, is that, you guys kind of brought it up earlier with the mall, is like, I'm looking for places that people want to be.
Yeah.
Not just because they've got an amazing balance sheet that I get that corporate tenant. COVID taught us a lot. During COVID, what we learned is the national tenants were the ones that weren't nice to deal with when we were going through, nobody could go to work. And it was the more local guys, the regional tenants, that you could actually work with and figure out how to make them successful.
And how to make them, how to help them pay their rent, how to get you guys paid and everything else. Well, I always thought if the commercial real estate guys make it through COVID, it's going to be a whole new paradigm, just like the internet was post post the Netscape days and post. Will you come back with us, man?
Absolutely.
I'd love to. I mean, since you're, and plus he's in Vegas too, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Got a
I
place
know.
to stay now.
Chris Clifford, Cast Capital Partners
Who's
website.
now representing my daughter Sway.
You just got signed up, you know, right?
Someone, I got someone.
I
For
got
you.
a guy.
The website.
I got 2 great people that she'll have a great deal by the time it's done.
TheCliffGVR.co.